New at 10, addressing the homelessness crisis. It is an ongoing issue, and tonight a meeting took place in the Fairfax district with leaders from government and businesses. Fox 11's Ed Lascos was at the meeting and joins us now with the latest. Ed?
And Christine, it really comes down to a meeting of the minds here. You had leaders from government, from community, from business, even architects, all talking about interim housing for the homeless to get them somehow off the streets, talking about drawing up the housing, getting it paid for, and then getting it built just maybe right in your very neighborhood. Watch.
Thinking outside the box, being innovative is really important.
Thinking about the homeless and finding a way somehow to deal with LA's homeless crisis.
All communities, if they are able to share the burden, recognize that this is a citywide or countywide problem that everyone needs to participate in. You can't just push them to the next community.
That's the hope at this summit meeting of community leaders, all focused in on the exploding homeless crisis and the improvements that have already been made, mostly with neighborhoods accepting the homeless and their interim housing. Even here in Venice, apparently it's happening in an area that's already been hard hit by violent crime tied to the homeless.
We're going to always have some tension, but people who used to say, make people who are homeless disappear, are now saying, hey county, hey city, why aren't you helping these people? And that's a good change.
And that change supposedly spreading not just in the communities, but even in government itself. The state, the county, and the city with its mayor and her state of emergency vowing to all get on the same page, working with each other.
Mayor Bass is committed to doing whatever it takes to combat homelessness and to unify the city, to provide executive directives, to provide that mayoral leadership, to build those bridges is not easy.
Not easy, he says, downright difficult, with many here all agreeing the biggest obstacle, the biggest challenge is getting the approval from you, the public.
Most of these projects are toxic prospectively. Once they're built, they just fit into the fabric. But I think the ability to say that and mean it, I mean, maybe this will only be here for 3 years, but it might not.
And now that from an architect, but all of these experts, and they've been dealing with this crisis for some time now, all agreeing that the government agencies all seem to want the same thing in the end. But the hardest part is getting them to come together, to talk to each other on the same page. And then somehow, if you can overcome all of that, you've got to overcome the sentiment in the communities to get everybody to make sure they're at peace with what's going on and to try to find a way to stop, as one of the fellows there was saying, stop the lawsuits, the needless lawsuits. For now, we're live here in the Fairfax district. Back to the west side we go.